you. Well, a while back I put up a picture on Instagram of me depotting my lipsticks, and a few people did ask me questions then on how I did it or demonstrate it, and recently I've been getting a few people asking me how I did it. Now, unfortunately, at the moment I don't need to depot any lipsticks, or I haven't got enough to fill up a palette, so I thought I'd do a talk through video on how I actually did it. So this is my palette that I've got. It's obviously a MAC palette and I've put lips on it just so it makes it easy for me to go into my kit and know which palette I'm going for. And what I did, I actually separated all my lipsticks. You can see some of them being loved very, very well, and just put them into like the palette and kind of did it in some sort of colour order, so going from light nude colours to more bright and dark colours, just so I've got that sort of colour balance in between, so I'm not kind of repeating any colours either, and just knowing what I've got. Now, you'll probably look at some of them and you'll think that they're very similar, but I kind of kept all my mattes and satins and sheer lipsticks all together, just because I want to make sure I get every single sort of texture in there, as well as finish, as well as the colour. So what I literally did, it was quite painstaking really. I got all my lipsticks, put them in colour order, and then just put them into like where I wanted them to go in. Now, this is a double palette from MAC. The reason why I went for this one is because it's got the plastic window in the middle, and I can actually put down the names of every single lipstick, so I still know what I want to use and what the names are of everything. As a makeup artist, this is probably the best thing I did. It did take a long time to do, but I'm so glad I did it, because carrying around like 50 million lipsticks is not fun. At least I can go into one palette and mix and match them, or just use the one single colour that I need. First thing I did with all my lipsticks is clean them. So I made sure that I dipped them in alcohol or used the correct sanitizer for them, just so there's no bacteria. So we're going to have to use a little bit of imagination for this, but I hope I do explain this really well. So I started off with a lipstick like this, which was either brand new or it has been used, but I started off by cleaning it, so either dipping it in alcohol so it cleaned all the germs, or using a sanitizer for cosmetics just to eliminate any germs or bacteria or anything, because the last thing you want to do is put bacteria in your brand new spanking palette. So yeah, so you got that, and I got a tool like this because it's quite sharp and easy to cut into. You can use a knife if it's something that's easy to use, but make sure it's clean the same sort of way, using alcohol or using anything that's going to kill all bacteria or germs on it. And I literally started to work around the lipstick, like cutting into it and taking off as much as I wanted, but making sure I did it over the palette so it dropped down into one of the wells of the palette, and then it should end up looking like this. So this is one of the colours that I used inside my palette. Then what I did was repeat that for every other colour. However, in between doing that for every colour, just so there's no cross-contamination through each colour, I cleaned my tool again with an alcohol-based sanitizer as well, and just repeated that and put them all in there. And I made sure I mashed every single lipstick in there so it's just equally dispersed throughout the well. Now, I used a method that senior MAC makeup artist told me, and also a famous beauty blogger has advised, which is the microwave method. And it literally is putting each palette into the microwave for a few seconds and then just seeing what they look like. Now, because they're all different textures, they melt at different temperatures, and even though the advice was doing it for about 20 seconds, I did it for every 5 seconds when I was having a look, just because I didn't want them to overheat, I didn't want to damage the lipstick, and I didn't want it to discolour it. So these palettes, the inserts actually come out, so they're actually separate from this. So I did it one side at a time and make sure that they're all actually melted well. That way it's a flat surface and you know, it's all equally dispersed. I was going to use the spoon heating method, where you can put the lipstick bit that you've cut off, put it in a spoon and light it up underneath, either with a lighter or with a candle. However, when I did try that and I tried to pour it in on an old palette, it kind of didn't work. It just went absolutely everywhere, and it's a waste of a lipstick. So if you want to do it right. And this was probably the best method I found. And that was it. That's how I did it. I'm saying it as if it was so simple. However, it wasn't. Getting all your lipsticks together and then just making sure that they're in some sort of colour order, just so you can actually see all your lipsticks. I do highly rate this palette because it is really quite sturdy, and if you're a makeup artist, this is probably the best thing you can ever do, because right now I'm able to fit in 48 lipsticks. So 48 lipsticks in one palette is just amazing, and you can just mix and match them all. And that's it. That's how I did it, and just made my labels and put them inside and stuck them on the little window. And the way I did it was, I've put the names here. So this one is Corrupt by Illamasqua, and then that's Flat Out Fabulous by MAC, and this is a Crayola one. So, you know, I've just got loads of different lipsticks so I can actually refer to them, and that's how I made this palette. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you got any questions, do let me know. As I have a lot of these colours spare, if anyone's interested in me creating a palette for them, do send me a message and I can quote you on how much it'll cost you to make this palette. And yeah, that's it really, guys. I hope you see you soon. Take care. Bye.